evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Kearney High's Concert Hall and Theater for tonight's duel meeting between the Vikings from Grand Island Northwest High School and your Kearney High Bearcats. We are very fortunate to have this event tonight and would like to thank the Kearney High Administration, Fine Arts Department, and Kearney High Tech Department for their assistance in making this special night happen. The Heartland Athletic Conference promotes good sportsmanship. While enjoying tonight's event, our expectation is the use of respectful language and positive behaviors, free of discrimination or other intimidating actions or comments directed at student participants, coaches, officials, or spectators. The Heartland Athletic Conference condemns and will not tolerate any form of hatred or bigotry and is committed to providing an inclusive, respectful, and safe environment for everyone. If you see or hear something that is not aligned with these expectations, please contact our staff immediately. Thank you. A few items for the duel this evening. While there is a concession stand located on the concourse above the main gymnasium, no food or drink will be allowed in the concert hall. If you purchase food from the concession stand, you must eat in the commons before returning to the concert hall. We are fortunate to have tonight's competition in this beautiful facility. Please ensure to do our part to make sure the concert hall looks as great at the competition of tonight's dual wrestling. Wrestling matches will start at 100 pounds for the girls and 106 for the boys. Let's meet the wrestlers for tonight's great event. At 100 pounds, from Northwest, Lillian Guerrero. And from Kearney High, Lyle Walker. At 105 pounds, from Northwest, is Gracie Huggins. And from Kearney High, Ellie Pena. At 110 pounds, from Northwest, Maya Lewis. And from Kearney High, Carson McBride. From Grand Island Northwest at 115 pounds, it's Leah Chai. And from Kearney High, Sawyer Storr. From Grand Island Northwest at 120 pounds, Kelly Phelps. And from Kearney High, it's Kimberly Kaufman. At 125 pounds, from Northwest, it's Mariana Leon. And from Kearney High, Trinity Leonardi. At 130 pounds, from Northwest, it's Kylie Coates. Your Bearcat is Bella Chavarria. At 135 pounds, from Northwest, Ellie Smith. At 140 pounds, from Northwest is Maya Kay. Your Bearcat is Alyssa Manzella. At 145 pounds, from Northwest, Aubrey Osluga. And from Kearney High, Claire Cornell. At 155 pounds, from Northwest, is Emma Barr. And your Bearcat
Hello and welcome to the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. Here in the chat, a special night here in Kearney. One time a year, they have this duel, the stage duel.
Yes, indeed, the stage duel. It's always a special occasion here. There's really nothing like it in all of sports to have such a beautiful facility like this. But then I just love the mixture, you know, the culture and the class of the stage and the artisticness, and then the brutality of the wrestling. They come together tonight. I love it.
And just, you got to talk about the tradition.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. This is something that I'm not sure who takes credit for this. Was it Lincoln East that invented the stage duel? Yeah, Lincoln East invented the stage duel, and then former coach for the Bearcats, Ty Swarm, picked it up here and kind of gave it a life of its own. And so every year it's been a tradition here, like they say, unlike no other, just like the Masters, the stage duel at Kearney High.
And now starting off, weight class 100 for Kearney High School, Delilah Walker. For Grand Island Northwest, we have Liliana Guerrero. Delilah Walker coming in 15-13 record on the year.
Yeah, Delilah is scrappy. If you look at it, she's undersized. She's never weighed in at 100 pounds. She's only about 90 pounds, I would guess, soaking wet, but she's a scrapper. She's been wrestling for several years now, came up through the Matt Cats program, and so she's a win at all costs, and she gets right after. She jumps right into that half Nelson there. Look at her driving that really hard after she gets a quick easy two.
And then for Grand Island Northwest, Liliana Guerrero, 7-20 on the year. It's a very interesting matchup here to start, as we're only 40 seconds down.
Yeah, we'll see quite a few short matches here, and a lot of pins in girls wrestling. Some of that's due just to the nature of the sport and just how long some of these girls have been wrestling, because a lot of them haven't been wrestling for more than a year or so. And so sometimes 2 or 3 years of experience may not sound like much, but it is like a light years ahead of a beginning wrestler. And so that's why we may see some quick matches here tonight. Got some blood time here.
But the quick matches, it does go back to Columbus last Thursday. 7 matches, 7 pins.
Yep, and yeah, I wouldn't count that out, but there might be a few that go the distance tonight, but you never know.
100% agree with that as we are getting ready to resume.
See Guerrero, very tall wrestler, a lot bigger than Walker for the Bearcats here, but see how Delilah does from the top position here. Great pressure by Delilah from the top position, and really staying on her toes. You always want to see them drive their toes and keep all of their weight right squarely on the back there. Oh, she's running a nasty half Nelson there. She's got that far wrist trapped, just like you want it. She's going to get exposure here. Back points. Just like you were saying, Asher, look for that fall.
And that is a quick pin, 1:15 in the first period. Pinned by Delilah Walker.
That's right, Delilah's ready to wrestle some more. She's a scrapper.
And now in our next weight class 105, Emily Pina versus Gracie Huggins. Emily Pina, only senior on the Kearney High girls wrestling team.
Yeah, Emily, the lone senior here. Not her first year of wrestling, but she has quite a bit of background in mixed martial arts, believe it or not. So she has that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu background where she's very used to the grappling concept, and she'll get out there and get after it as well.
As we are getting ready here to go, Bearcats do lead 6-0 in the dual score after one match.
Nice little snap down, go behind for Huggins there, but good job by Pena. Getting quickly to her feet, no points awarded on that quick exchange to start the match here. Huggins with a pretty nice record. They're 16-9 Northwest, I believe, has had the girls program for a few years now. So some of these girls are going to be considered seasoned veterans compared to the first-year program like Kearney High.
With the struggles of that first year as just a team, you just don't have a whole lot of experience on the board.
No, but that's one thing that Kearney High is fortunate to have a couple of young ladies that have wrestled for a handful of years, and so they do have a good core nucleus to start with here. Pena gets to her feet, 1-point escape now. Huggins with a 2-1 lead. Good pressure forward right with that fireman's carry for a quick 2 there. So we're going to see a stall warning there. And that's going to be on Pena. Kearney High is saying that she's trying to scoot out of bounds. You need to try and can't avoid the conflict. You got to stay in bounds if you can. Well, Huggins doing a decent job with the tight waist and trying to chop that elbow, trying to keep that pressure forward.
Making it very difficult for Pena to try and get that escape.
She sure is. Now she's using that length that she has with that crossface. Slaps on a cradle there. Pena stepped up right into Huggins' trap there. She can make a small adjustment here. She's got Emily Pena in some big trouble here. 15 seconds on the clock. Pena can hold on here. Looks like her right shoulder is up. And, oh, good job. She finally breaks the lock. But not before Huggins gets 3 and extends her lead now 7-1 here at the end of the first period. So here we go. Green has choice. Green's going to be Kearney High. They will alternate choice at the start of the second period on each match. Pena trying to get to her feet. Referee signals locked hands here from Huggins in the top position. Pena's going to get a free point here. And newer, inexperienced wrestlers, that's pretty common. That's pretty common. No harm, no foul there, but just can't do it too many times. Restart here. Good tight waist chop from the top position for Huggins. Now she's got that 2-on-1 wrist ride there. Trying to maybe get some sort of a tilt going here. Like you said, Pena, the lone senior tonight. Senior night for the Bearcats. At the chat. Beautiful auditorium here.
One of the best traditions for Kearney High as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I don't know, singlet night's pretty cool too.
Yeah.
I don't know, do you think they could do singlet night in the chat? That might be too much.
I believe, if I'm mistaken, 2 years ago, my sophomore year, I was here announcing wrestling. We had singlet night up there, up in the show choir loft.
And Pena with a huge swing of events here, gets an escape, goes right into that head chauncer. She's got the head down. She's got Huggins in some trouble here. She's a little out of position. She can't let that arm through. Oh, Huggins is gonna get her arm through. Pena's gotta keep wrestling. Wants to stay on top here. Oh. Huggins tries to go for a Peterson roll, puts herself right to her back, loses the arm. She's in deep trouble here. Big pin for Emily Pena.
The come from behind win on her senior night.
Wow, what a memory for Emily Pena. Senior night, could be the last match of her career. And she comes from behind, down 7-1 with the pin.
And now, weight class 110, Carson McBride from Kearney High versus Maya Linden from Grand Island Northwest. And now we have a full crew here. We're joined here by...
Hi, I'm Hewitt Moyer. Glad to join you guys.
And we are in for a fun night of wrestling.
We are indeed. The atmosphere when I walked in here has been electric, so I'm excited to watch some good wrestling tonight.
Here we go, good indeed, and this is one of the best wrestlers on Kearney High's team here, Carson McBride for the Bearcats.
Ranked number 3 in the state, sophomore, 19-3 record coming into it.
Yep, Carson's very physical wrestler. Of course, her brother Gage was a state champ for the Bearcats a handful of years ago. Look at her with that big, heavy on the head pressure there. Nice little knee pick as McBride takes a 2-0 lead now. So McBride elects to go ahead and cut her loose. She's going to work on some offense here a little bit. Nice high crotch takedown there for 2. Sometimes when you see a wrestler with more experience like Carson here, they'll do what they call a hard cut, where they'll let them get away, but kind of not, kind of make them earn that 1 point before they let them up to their feet. You see how she's keeping heavy pressure on the head there. You always want to keep the pressure on them, so she'll go ahead and give her another one here. See if she can get another takedown. 30 seconds left here in the first.
McBride did win their previous meeting by fall.
Yep, oh, and another nice underhook straight to a high C, very slick. She swishes her feet, turns the corner, makes that takedown so much easier. So here you see it. McBride, very seasoned here, chooses to go ahead and finish the period on top there. Not going to give up an unanswered point. Going to keep the pressure on.
As McBride, she will take an 8-3 lead heading into the second period. Dominance here early.
Yeah, and this is what we expect out of Carson, returning, like you said, third placer last year, and she has her goals set pretty high this year as well. And I expect her to do well at the state tournament.
And then for Linden, freshman record 11-14. Might not have the experience, but she is fighting. She's staying in this match.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, she's wrestling against one of the toughest girls in the state. And she's not giving it up easy for sure. You can hear the Coach Slender for Kearney High looking for a turn here from McBride. We saw lots of takedowns from her feet here. Good fight by Maya Linda, though. That's not easy. Nobody wants to be in that position down there. She does a nice job rolling through. Not after McBride gets 3 more back points here. Just running a nasty half Nelson there for McBride. Man, it's a great bridge by Linden there. She's got all kinds of heart in this one, but in the end, it's not going to be enough.
3 matches, 3 pins here in Kearney, here in the chat.
Good start for the Bearcats.
Indeed. Now for weight class 115 from Kearney High, Sawyer Swarm. And then for Grand Island Northwest, Leon Chan.
Another good matchup here favors the Bearcats. They want to try and build this lead as much as they possibly can, because they're going to have to deal with a couple of open weights at the end of the duel where they're going to give up 6 points each to Northwest.
Yeah, and Swarm, this is going to be a tough matchup for Leon here. Swarm, 24-10 on the season, ranked number 14th in the state. Great wrestler here in Swarm, those Kearney have.
Absolutely. Sawyer has wrestling in her blood. Her dad was a wrestler in college and coached for Kearney High. A couple of her uncles were wrestlers in college. Her brothers all wrestled, so she's grown up around it, and so she couldn't have been happier to finally get an opportunity to wrestle herself.
Younger sister to Perry Swarm, I'm assuming?
Yes.
You got it. You got it.
Excellent.
Quite the wrestler and golfer.
Excellent wrestler, and I was going to say, great wrestler, great golfer. We've had him on the team for a couple years now.
That's right, Perry's the man. Long line of Bearcats there, just in the Swarm family, just in Sawyer's immediate family.
As we are a minute 10 down, all even up here in Kearney.
Yep, Sawyer's really good at finishing matches. She's a good pinner from the top position. She's good scrambling when she gets in position. She's just still trying to figure out her offense, trying to figure out her takedowns. Little hesitancy. Just needs to commit to a shot. But they see a stall warning there earlier as she continues to own the center of the mat, and Chan continues to have to try and work on the edge there.
As 22 left here, opening period, weight class 115. This is turning out to be a good one.
Yeah, so far pretty close. Sometimes just that constant pressure, though, wears and wears on a wrestler. It may be close, even going into the third period, until finally it just becomes too much. And that's what in the sport we call breaking your opponent. If you can push them so to the point where they don't want to be out there very much longer with you, then they find a way out, and that's the easiest way to win.
The higher ranked you are, the longer the match goes. Just the pressure just ticks up and up until finally one mistake can prove costly.
Yeah, that is true. That's the nice thing about wrestling. There's always that instant sudden victory equation with the pin. You know, it's not like football where if you get up by 7 touchdowns, you're pretty safe.
Yeah, similar that breaking your opponent. You say to a boxing, just trying to wear your opponent down. Wrestling a little different, not so much hand-to-hand combat, but rather just trying to take your opponent down.
Yeah, I think you're onto something there with just that constant pressure. And again, that's what Sawyer just needs to commit to a shot here if she can.
Try and take the chance while it's all knotted up here. Oh, no, escape from Swarm.
Oh. Little headlock attempt by Chan there. That's a hand fighting going on there, battling for inside position and hand control. Chan steps in on a headlock attempt there. Swarm's able to evade. Here we go, another shot attempt. Pushing her out of bound. I'm going to see Kearney coaches lobbying for another stall warning, and there it is. So that'll be a point now here for Swarm.
.35 left, period number 2. Swarm 2-0 lead over Cha.
Like you say, Chan's still kind of dangerous there. It's still kind of a half-hearted headlock attempt there. If she really wants to go for it, she might have better luck. Go for broke with that headlock if that's all that she has in the repertoire. Step in, single leg. Needs to take both hands to it. She finally gets her hands locked, but then she bails out. And there we go, end of second period. Swarm up 2-0. And Chan's gonna choose neutral in the third period here.
She is far from out of this. One takedown away from just being tied up.
Yeah, absolutely. Sawyer's got to be careful there, pushing, but Chan has not had a shot attempt yet either, so Sawyer's been doing a great job of keeping the pressure on, pushing the pace, staying heavy on the head there. Oh, there's a shot attempt. See her coaches wanting her to take 2 hands to the leg. There she finally gets her hands locked, get to her feet. It's a battle here. We're going to see who wants this position the most. Oh, Swarm unlocks her hands though. Got to keep those hands locked, get that leg high as possible there.
1:10 left, period number 3.
And you can start to see it from Chan, looking a little bit exhausted right there. Both wrestlers really giving it their all.
Yep, Chan is fatigued there, as you see. Swarm with a nice outside single leg, finally gets a finish on the takedown here. Opens up the lead a little bit.
Swarm takes a 4-0 lead with 48 seconds left in the third period.
Sawyer's very tough from the top position here. Wouldn't be shocked if she doesn't end up getting a turn out of this here, even though there's only about 40 seconds left. Really running that wrist. Working on that power half there. She's got it, sunk. Trying to get out. Chen tries to roll through. Swarm's got her in trouble here. Looking for back points, looking for the fall. Little adjustments right there.
Great match from Swarm.
Yep.
Really controlled it all the way through there.
Good job staying patient and coming away with the victory by pin. Those bonus points always important here in the dual setting.
Another pin there for Kearney. Yeah, you said it. Every point matters, especially you only have one opponent.
120 pounds from Grand Island Northwest, Callie Huck. And from Kearney High, Kearney Kaufman.
As we start up here, 120 pounds, Kinley Kaufman for the Bearcats and Callie Cook for Grand Island Northwest.
Kaufman coming in with a 9 and 17 record, excuse me, and Cook with a 14 and 12.
Nice step in attempt and some strength there by Kaufman, but man, look at that defense by Cook. She does a nice sprawl, go behind, gets behind the arms, the hands were down. She's got a takedown there. One of the first takedowns for Northwest tonight. Kaufman gets right to her feet. Man, they're battling in there. Digging for hand control. Got a stall warning here on Cook. Needs to try and get a mat return here. She's trying, but man, mat returns aren't as easy as they look.
Cook, though, coming into this, she did win the previous meeting over Kaufman.
Well, and that's good to know. Is Cook maybe a little more seasoned. This is Kinley's first year for the Bearcats. Multi-sport athlete here, softball player as well. She's made lots of improvements, I'm sure, since the last time they wrestled. As Cook doing a nice job staying heavy pressure on the head in that front headlock position here. Kaufman just won't give up though. She's got her head up. If she could bring her hips underneath her, she might be able to get the corner here and get a nice easy takedown. She doubles off. She's got to keep her feet moving. She keeps getting that corner. Excellent transition there. From a high crotch to a double leg finish by Kinley Kaufman right at the buzzer too to steal the first period.
What a way to end period number 1 for Kinley Kaufman.
Great effort there by Kaufman. Not to give up, just keep fighting for that one opening, take the lead here in the first period.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the golden rules. If you can, always finish the period on top, and Kinley makes a statement there. She starts the second period in the bottom position here. Cook running right out to that half Nelson. She's got it pretty deep. She's running it pretty hard there. She's got that far wrist trap. Kinley's got to get that right elbow down, but Cook's running it like crazy there. She's getting back points now. Kaufman's in some big trouble here. See if she can adjust. Pinning's all about minor adjustments, and there you see it. Cook turns the tables, a couple of lead changes, and a big swing in momentum for Grand Island Northwest.
Goes back to what we said earlier, though, about quick matches, lots of pins, 5 matches, 5 pins. Now for weight class 125, Trinity Nagatoni versus Marina Leon.
Yeah, and Trinity is a pinner also. Nagatani also one of the younger siblings of a couple of former Bearcat wrestlers. Her brother Hunter and her sister Flavia both wrestled for the Bearcats. Flavia, kind of a pioneer for the Kearney High girls wrestling. Wrestled before it was sanctioned. Was a 2-time state champ for Kearney High before the girls wrestling tournament was sanctioned by the state. And Trinity doing a nice job of following those footsteps here. She's been wrestling probably her whole life, and it shows. You can see she's very aggressive, very strong, and technical. A deadly combination, as you can see her going for back points here, just 35 seconds in, but big bridge by Leon here. She's got her all tied up, the barbed wire. And in spite of the bridge, Nagatani with a fall. 49 seconds in the first period for Kearney High.
Great match there by Trinity.
At 130 pounds, from Northwest, it's Tyler Coates. And your Bearcat is
Man, what a great production here tonight as we start off at 1:30 with Bella Shavaria and Kylie Coates for Grand Island Northwest. Pretty similar records here. Shavaria with a 14-17 record, whereas Coates coming in at 17-10.
Coates won in that previous meeting by fall over Shavaria.
Bella in on a nice head inside single leg here. Coates doing a great job of stuffing the head, trying to get that squash. Got to get that right leg back, but Shavaria does a great job keeping her hands locked here and continues to work to get to the corner, we call it. Now, she did a great job getting to her feet. We'll see if she can finish. Oh, she falls. And Coates just smothering pressure there on top. See if Shavaria can get back to her knees. Maybe hold on for a stalemate, and there's the call, stalemate. Probably a good thing for Bella there. She looked like she was going to be in trouble for possibly getting taken down.
Yeah, she was in good position, but yeah, just a stumble there really turned the tide there in that mat, or in that little bout there.
And Coates looks to me like she's had a little bit of experience. And again, Bella, first-year wrestler, multi-sport athlete for the Bearcats, runs cross country, She's used to pushing herself through these thresholds when you get tired. And she drives right back in there on that head inside single leg. She does a nice job of turning that corner, but Coates catches the ankle, stuffs the head there. Good defense by Coates for Northwest. That's really wearing on Chavaria there. It takes a lot of gas out of the tank. But she finally gets takedown at the buzzer.
Yeah, great defense there by Coates. And you mentioned it, Bella, another fellow cross-country runner. I'm one myself.
Oh, very nice, very nice.
We love to see multi-sport athletes here at Kearney High. One of the most involved student bodies in all of Class A. And many of those athletes, multi-sport, dual sport athletes, which is great.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's great to be well-rounded, participate in as many things as you can. People think that wrestling's hard, man. I never ran cross country, but I've started watching a little bit. You guys are crazy. I don't know how you do it.
It's crazy, and our coach always says the two hardest workers in the school, the wrestlers and the cross country runners.
Amen, brother. All right.
Two great sports.
Oh, absolutely. And Chavaria starts in the bottom position here to start the second period, trailing by 2. Coates doing a good job of keeping chest pressure from the top position here. She's kind of staying hip to hip there. And when we say hip to hip, that's what the referee's looking for here. He wants to see the top wrestler put himself in danger to try and score points from the top position. So to do that, they got to get off to the side. And if they don't, if they continue to ride hip to hip, they may get warned for stalling, but we'll see. Coates doing a nice job here as she continues to work. Now she's way out front there with running a deep half Nelson. She's got Chavaria in some trouble here. And there's a big bridge, but Coates with a big pin for Northwest in the second period.
Yeah, great match there by Coates. Really, Chavaria had her chances, just a couple mistakes, and Coates able to take advantage, get the pin.
And now weight class 135 for Kearney. Gracie Kennedrall. And for Grand Island Northwest, Ellie Schmidt. Had to wait for the announcer to say it.
Hey, there's no shame in that, for sure.
Want to try and get the names as correct as possible.
Gives me flashbacks to the last basketball game.
Oh, nice knee pick there by Schmidt for a quick 2 here. Schmidt, one of the better records on the night. Oh, she throws a leg in there, going cross body ride from the top position. That's big risk or reward. She could be in trouble if Gracie can posture up, and she does. She's gonna get a reversal there, no back points, but big swing of momentum for Canadal here from the top position. Quick takedown for Northwest, but a quick reversal for the Bearcats to tie it up. A lot of action here in the first period.
Ellie Schmidt playing with a little bit of pressure, ranked 12 in the state.
And Gracie's one of those girls that's wrestled for quite a few years, and so she's never going to be out of this match. She can believe in herself and keep the pressure on like this. She can be right in this match.
And she is in this match, 1 minute down.
Sometimes that's all it takes is just a little swing in momentum like that, get in the top position where you're comfortable. Doubts start to creep in if you're the other wrestler here. As Schmidt does a tricky little sit through, little roll. They gave a reversal, now they're calling back points as she does make an adjustment here. Now she's got Canadal in some deep trouble here on the side. It's one of those positions where the more you flip and you flop, the tighter it gets sometimes from that top position. you kind of want to just be like a boa constrictor. Every time they move, you just kind of get tighter and tighter and tighter. And Gracie Canadel saved by the bell here. Schmidt, big reversal for back points of her own, right on the edge of the mat there. So high school wrestling this year now is any 2 supporting points on the inside of the circle, and they're allowed to continue. It could be your foot and the other wrestler's foot, or vice versa, or it could be both of your feet and the other wrestler can be completely out. So that's why we saw the action continue on the edge there as we start the second here with Canadel in the bottom position. She tries to sit up into Schmidt there, but Schmidt is having none of it. Good pressure on top by Schmidt. Power half from the far side here. Gracie's sensing that her pressure is off. Now she's trying to back pressure into her. She got her in trouble there. Savvy move by Schmidt to finally bail out, let go there, go to her belly, only give up 2, kind of stop the bleeding, so to speak. Oh, Canadel trying to run a power half. You see how she locked her hands on top there behind the head. Great match here in the second period, though.
Back and forth, it seems.
Yep, we got to stop in action here. Schmidt's going to get a point, a penalty point there. If you're doing a half Nelson, it means you're going under the arm and over the head. If you happen to sneak the other arm, and even if it's not touching, just touches the side of the head, they call it a full Nelson. And that's illegal, can't do that. And that was the call there, correctly called by the official. Again, a very, very common occurrence in sometimes wrestlers that haven't wrestled all that much. Big reversal by Schmidt here.
We're learning so much, me and Hewitt are.
Yeah. Hey, that's what we're here for, man. Schmidt's got that far elbow trapped. Looks uncomfortable. But she's kind of coming out front here. Canedel's going to step up. She's got to be careful. She stepped right into the trap that Schmidt was setting. But she's not in great position here. If Gracie can get up, get her hips up off the mat, she could step over, but Schmidt readjusts and gets the fall. That was tight there. Sneaky little setup there for a chin whip or a neck wrench. Some people even call it the bear trap. That's even nastier, but either way, it worked for Schmidt in that one.
It was a beautiful move.
And now, 140-pound weight class for Kearney High. Alyssa Majaka.
Mowajaka, I think. I don't know.
We'll roll with it. And then for Grand Island Northwest, Mia Kenny. Mia Kenny, senior, 29-0, ranked number 2 in the state.
Yeah, tough matchup here for Alyssa for Kearney High. As Kenny comes out and controls the pace here right away. But Majaka, she's standing her own there, holding center ground. Not doing too bad. Oh, nice double leg attempt. Cuts it back for a quick 2 for Kenny here to start the period. She's got both wrists trapped there. She's trying to decide which side. Sometimes it's all about just taking what they're giving you in that bottom position here, but Mahoka just doing a nice job of just continuing to fight down there. Sometimes that's half the battle in wrestling. Just don't give up. Just keep fighting, whether you know it's the right thing to do or not. But Kenny is a hammer on top here with that just overwhelming pressure, and that can wear on a wrestler here as she gets a tight cross face, slaps a cradle on there. She's gonna get some back points here. She's gonna try and adjust here. Their hands, the lock is broken. If Alyssa can just get her leg straight, there she goes. Breaks the lock, belly's out. Little reprieve from the pressure there. But yeah, Maya Kearney just relentless on top here.
Taking a 5-0 lead into the second period. Dominant. You aren't undefeated for a reason.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Those two things are directly related. She knows that that constant pressure is just continuing to chip away, chip away. And right there, right off the whistle, you see Kearney controlling center, moving forward, not giving an inch. Just slings Mahoka to the ground. Now she's going to adjust her hips here. She's got her in big trouble here. Catches that elbow, nice adjustment to a half Nelson. Something that we've seen Northwest be really dangerous with tonight. And a pin for Northwest.
Kearney will improve to a staggering 30-0 on the season.
At 145 pounds from Northwest, Aubrey Osaka. And from Kearney High, it's Ava Ginsler.
A little bit of a lineup shuffle here for the Bearcats. Instead of Claire Farrell, we're going to see Ava Ginsler here tonight on the stage for Kearney High. Pretty evenly matched records here. Ava, she goes hard. She gets after it there. Once she gets a leg, she's pretty strong in that position, but Sufka, man, what a scramble here. And Ginsler comes out on top for a takedown for Kearney High. This would be a big swing match here. Kearney High can get a win here. Like we said, they need to bank up some more points before they hit these open spots at the end. Escape on the edge for Olsufka. Oh, nice little swing single attempt, but great job by Ginsler, squaring up, sprawling, but she's got to keep those knees back. Olsufka breaks her to the hip, trying to pop that head out, get the corner, and she does. To take a lead here. And now she's got a half Nelson buried there, but Ginsler very flexible. Swings that arm out, but good adjustments by Olsufka here. She's got that wrist caught over there. It's going to be hard to roll through and roll out of this for Ginsler, but Ava's really strong in that bottom position, but Olsufka does a good job of taking the fight out. Another big pin for Northwest.
And we're all tied up. Dual score 30-30. Which, if you're a Bearcat fan, that's troublesome because you have an open match.
Yep. Well, and actually a couple of them, right? We're open at 175, and then we're also, I guess heavyweight's open by both, so.
As now, weight class 155 from Kearney High, Anna Brandt versus from Grand Island Northwest, Emma Harb.
Brandt, another multi-sport athlete, good softball player. We'll see what she can do on the mat tonight.
Yeah, she's got a tough job ahead of her. As Harb is pretty good record, ranks for Northwest. For the Vikings, she comes out with a nice little arm drag. Straight to a half Nelson, and Harb's not messing around here. She's gonna try and put this one away for the Vikings if she can, and there's the fall, 30 seconds in the first period.
Wow. Impressive stuff from Harb.
Kearney High started the duel on a 4-0, I guess, win streak. Grand Island Northwest, they've won the last 5.
Yep, that's play to your strengths. Kearney High is pretty salty in their lighter weights, not as much experience in her upper weights. And Northwest just happens to be the opposite. And a couple of open weights for Kearney High, some injuries there, and you know, with it being the first year, your participation numbers aren't as quite as what they will be in the years to come. So, but Kearney High has made tremendous improvements from their first matches of the year till their last home duel this evening.
Again, one of the 2 new sports added to Kearney High. We've said it multiple times now. The other, bowling, varsity bowling.
The one that you're a part of.
One that I'm part of. Why I was late today. Bowling team taking part in the Heartland Athletic Conference Championships tomorrow.
As they will pull a little strategy move. They will move Callie Gutierrez to heavyweight, where the heavyweight is both open. So then, Kearney High, they will win weight class 190, but then heavyweight, it will go to Grand Island Northwest.
Yep, so they're fixing the points here. And so, yes, with Kearney High open, yep, just a little shift there by the Vikings. And they're going to pull out a close one here, does Grand Island Northwest, 42-36 over your Kearney High Bearcats. But overall, a pretty good battle by Kearney High. I thought Northwest, as a seasoned, what you would consider almost a veteran team, I would say. They've had the program for a couple of years now. Just need to get some more bodies in there, some of those upper weights for Kearney High, and I think they'll do well, very well in the future.
As Grand Island Northwest will take, I guess, the duel here against Kearney High, 42-36 against your Kearney High Bearcats. We'll be back in about 20 minutes for the boys wrestling. So you are watching the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank.
gentlemen, welcome to senior night at Kearney High School. Tonight we honor the seniors who have dedicated themselves to the Kearney High Wrestling program. Our first senior, Nick Villancini. Son of Katie Eunice and Mike Villancini. Plans after high school are to attend the University of Nebraska in Lincoln with a major in agribusiness and a minor in animal science. Senior Nick Villancini. Our next senior is Tate Choplin. Parents are Angela Choplin and Matthew Choplin. Plans after high school are to attend Hastings for an ag business degree or a welding degree, and then partner with his grandfather to continue the growth of the farm business. Senior Tate Choplin. Senior Tavian Miller, son of Kelly Miller and David Miller. Senior Tavian Miller. Senior Emily Pena Barajas, daughter of Richard Barajas. Her plans are to go to college for a business degree at Central Community College and continue her athletic career training under her dad at Kearney Combat Sports. Senior Emily Pena Barajas. Senior Seth Philippi, son of Nathan and Bethany Philippi. His plans are to go to college, but is undecided at this time on where he will attend. Senior Seth Philippi. Senior Jesus Santos. Son of Vito Santos and Rosario Carvajal. His plans are to go to college, but is currently undecided as to when. Senior Jesus Santos. Senior Olivia Schultz-Raymer. Daughter of Levi and Samantha Raymer. Her plans after high school are to attend UNL, where she will major in agriculture education and get a minor in agribusiness. Senior Olivia Schultz-Raymer. Senior Adrian Tinoco Padilla. Son of Adrian Tinoco Sr. and Beatrice Padilla. Plans after high school are to go to trade school for HVAC. Senior Adrian Tinoco Padilla. Please join me in congratulating the 2024 Kearney High Wrestling Seniors. are very fortunate to have this event tonight, and would like to thank the Kearney High Administration, Fine Arts Department, and Kearney High Tech Department for their assistance in making this special night happen. The Heartland Athletic Conference promotes good sportsmanship. While enjoying tonight's event, our expectation is the use of respectful language and positive behaviors, free of discrimination or other intimidating actions or comments directed at student participants, coaches, officials, or spectators. The Heartland Athletic Conference condemns and will not tolerate any form of hatred or bigotry and is committed to providing an inclusive, respectful, and safe environment for everyone. If you see or hear something that is not aligned with these expectations, please contact our staff immediately. Thank you. A couple items for the duel this evening. While there is a concession stand located on the concourse above the main gymnasium, no food or drink will be allowed in the concert hall. If you purchase food from the concession stand, you must eat in the commons before returning to the concert hall. We are fortunate to have tonight's competition in this beautiful facility. Let's please keep it clean. We will start wrestling matches at 106 pounds for the boys. Now let's meet tonight's wrestlers. At 106 pounds, from Granada, Northwest, Jackson Christensen. And from Kearney High, Jack Sparber. At 113 pounds, from Northwest, it's Caleb Piper. And from Kearney High, Jameson Small. At 120 pounds, from Northwest, it's Riley Dean. And from Kearney High, Tim Miller. At 126 pounds, from Northwest, Madden Middleton. And your Bearcat is Kaden Cohen. At 132 pounds, from Granada, Northwest, Roland Mendoza. From Kearney High, Caden Goodman. At 138, from Northwest, it's Connor Drenzy. From Kearney High, Seth Philippi. At 144, from Northwest, it's Cody Miley. From Kearney High, at 150, from Northwest, Owen Boise. Your Bearcat is Tate Chaplin. At 157 pounds, from Northwest, Derek Johnson. And from Kearney High, it's Sam Nakano. At 165 pounds, from Northwest, it's Zach Cooley. From Kearney High, Nick Valencia. At 175, from Northwest, Trey Stoltenberg. Your Bearcat is Dylan Peisinger. At 190, from Northwest, Colton Kerr. From Kearney High, Kendall Fleet. At 215, from Northwest, Joe Stein. From Kearney High, Sonia Suki. And in the heavyweight class, from Granada, Northwest, it's Ian Cross.
and welcome back to the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. You watched the girls wrestling duel. Now it's time for the boys here. I don't know how many times we can say it, but we're back in the chat. I think favorite night to watch wrestling.
Yeah, we're off to a great start here. Northwest pulls out a close one in the girls' duel, 42-36 over the Bearcats, but what a great atmosphere. Think about it. I was thinking about that. Some of these girls, they've only been wrestling for a year, and so you're nervous enough as it is. You only got like 15 matches under your belt, and then you step into the stage and the bright lights. What a great experience. What a great memory for these kids. I'm so glad that this is something that Kearney High continues to do, because these are the memories, as you guys know, for high school sports. These memories last a lifetime.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful facility. It's great that Kearney High can provide these opportunities for student athletes and just the students in general. And yeah, great atmosphere, great turnout tonight. So look for another great duel here with the Bearcats against Grand Island Northwest.
We will start at the 106 weight class. For Kearney High, we have Jack Spanenberg, and for Grand Island Northwest, Jackson Christensen. Jack Spanenberg, 19-5 record, ranked number 6 coming into this match. He was a 5th place state medalist last year as a sophomore. Jackson Christensen, freshman, 11-16 on the year.
Dang, Spanenberg coming out to a little Karate Kid soundtrack there. You guys hip to that? Remember
I believe the wrestlers get to choose their own. It's like their walk-up music.
Exactly. That's just like that. It's got Spanenberg going to a quick high C, right into a 2-on-1 cross wrist roll tilt here. Christensen just trying to go to survival mode here. As of course, Jack Spanenberg heavily favored in this match. Came out ranked as high as 1 earlier in the season was Jack, and has had a handful of setbacks. Been working on getting his weight under control here, but has all the talent, all the skills in the world to actually bring home a title, and I do believe he's still a contender this year for the Bearcats.
Another 2-point takedown for Jack Spanenberg.
And so you see, we talk about chain wrestling, putting one move right into the next, and it's relentless here as Spanenberg just goes from one pinning combination to the next. It just kind of feels like, if you're the bottom wrestler, it kind of feels like you're just drowning and somebody's just kind of constantly just pushing your head into the water the whole time. And that's Jack Spanenberg with another cross wrist roll here, racking up the back points here.
(9-0) lead. Make that 12, only, or we're a minute and a half down.
Yep, Spanenberg looking for a technical fall here. If he doesn't get the regular fall, he's going to go ahead and let him roll through, and that's a 15-point margin of victory. That's an automatic stoppage of the match, and that's going to earn 5 points on the dual score. So not quite as good as a pin, but still very, very dominant.
And now weight class 113, Jamison Small from Kearney High versus Caleb Kuiper from Grand Island Northwest. Talking to Sam Noctical, we will see him later today, 157. He did help me out with the rankings. He said this is the matchup to watch. Jamison Small, ranked number 10. Caleb Kuiper, ranked number 4. 2023 5th place state medalist in Class B. Should be quite the barn burner.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I like your intel there. I think Sam's right on here as Kuiper in on a quick shot here for the Vikings. Jamison Small, another legacy Bearcat. His dad wrestled for Kearney High. He's been in the system for a long time, came up through Mad Cats. So he's got a lot of experience, not a ton of varsity experience. This would be, I think, his first year on varsity. Was out with an injury last year's, but But you're absolutely right. I'm excited to see how he stacked up against someone with a little more seasoning to him, like we see with Kuiper here, ranked number 4 in Class B, returning state medalist. Caleb Kuiper is up to the task so far, though. Just relentless in this top position here, but Small trying to weather the storm here. As he does get to his feet. Nice job by Small, but Kuiper must have got poked in the eye. Lost of contact, as that will happen. We'll see, should still be one escape here for Small. I think we'll start him neutral again.
Quick break for both the wrestlers. Fast start to this match.
Yeah, if you're Kuiper, that's what you're looking for. Oh, a nice sag headlock by Kuiper there, but Small with a good roll through. So they did award the takedown, but now here's a reversal, and Small's got him in trouble if he can drop his chest down, but Kuiper's able to scramble through it. And Small's gonna come out ahead of that exchange.
Great reversal there by Small.
Small gets 2 back points, throws the leg in here, throws the boot in, as the kids say. Cross-body ride, trying to keep that pressure on top. Trying to run that power half there from that top position is Small as time runs out here in the first period.
Small will go into the second period with a 5-4 lead.
Small in the bottom position here. Now Kuiper doing a nice job running that half Nelson, far wrist, but Small does a good job peeling it off. Just battling by both guys. Good call on the match of the night here so far. Small can't afford to wait around here from the bottom. Great pressure from the top here. Using everything he has by Kuiper, trying to keep that pressure down, but Small still battles. Nice short sit, back pressure, battles to his feet, but Kuiper's just clinging onto him here. Tough in that top position here. Small hanging on to a 5-4 lead here. Minute 10 left in this second period. Legs coming in there, nice job anchoring with that left toe there from the top position as Kuiper. It's gonna go right into that power half. He's gotta be careful though. He's getting his hips off to the side, and Small's even got an arm through here. He's gonna have Kuiper in trouble if he can posture up. Get a tripod here and pull that head out the back door there if he can come out the backside. Kuiper's gotta hold on to that 2-on-1 for dear life. Haven't awarded any points yet here, and he finally lets go of that 2-on-1. Another big scramble here. Jamison Small comes out on top here and continues to mount a little bit of a lead here. 7-up, 7-4 now. Little side roll, beautiful counter by Small. Got a quick 2 count there. Referee is holding 2 backs, awards it now. Kuiper's in a good position to finish on top here, but time's gonna run out. Another great flurry here, but Small able to come out on the top side of that again.
Great effort there by Small in the waning moments of that second period. Mount a little bit of a lead going into the third here.
Yeah, a little bit of a cushion, but Kuiper seems to have a pretty good gas tank and a nasty sag headlock as he goes again, but carbon copy of what happened last time. I don't know if Small was counting on that or not, but he's done a great job of just going with it and able to roll through each time. Headlock for Kuiper. Live by the sword, die by the sword. Big move potential, but also gave up 2 takedowns and some back points on it. Small's going to try and slow things down here. Maybe run a wing here. He's got a wrist and a wing. Gonna do a nice little cross wrist tilt here, maybe. Or that reinforced bar, some people call it. Be careful, keep his hips up here, but Jamison keep that cross wrist. He's in business here. Kuiper's still battling though from that bottom position. Returning state placer for the Vikings. As a junior this year, he's a veteran, so but Small is kind of taking the starch out of him here a little bit in the third. Kicking it out to an 11-4 lead here. Need a big move here by Kuiper to have a chance. Get up close and personal with the boys here as
Kuiper says hello, knocks into our scoring table.
Hey, we got the padding on the head table here. Basketball players aren't the only guys that can come flying over the top. We're just fortunate it didn't go on the other side and off the stage. And a big win for the Bearcats and Jamison Small here. That's a big confidence builder for that young man.
Great match by Small, taking it 11-4.
At 120 pounds, from Northwest, Riley. And from Kearney High, your fourth
Next up in the 120 weight class, we have Riley Vieth for the Vikings of Northwest, taking on Tavian Miller for the Bearcats. Probably the best walk-up song of the night.
Smooth operator, baby. Little outside carry there for a quick takedown for Tavian.
Showing his experience, ranked number 4 senior, 2-time state qualifier for the Bearcats.
Tavian comes from another long line of Bearcat wrestlers. His dad, David, was 3-time state champ and a coach for the Bearcats here. Tavian's got a ton of experience, and you're seeing him put it to work here. 2 takedowns here in the first 40 seconds of the match. Kind of like these walkout songs. Is that 3 in a row, like all from the 80s? I wonder if was that the theme? Is everybody pick an 80s song, you think? Or
we have had an 80s theme night.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that was against the Gish, though, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
But maybe they just liked the song so much they just stuck with them.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Miller locking up a tight cradle there. That's very uncomfortable for Vieth. As we're through this one, pinned by Tavian Miller in the first period.
At 126 pounds, from Northwest, Maddie Middleton.
And now, weight class 126, 3 matches down. For weight class 126, Caden Kowalik from Kearney High. And from Grand Island Northwest, Madden Middleton.
All right, for bonus points, can you guys name who sings that song, the walkout song?
That's Hewitt, not me.
I can't tell you.
Oh, come on, guys. Come on, guys. Gonna have to go back to class. That's the Beastie Boys right there. If you don't know, you need to look it up.
I'll do that right after this duel's over.
Caden Kowalik, younger brother to Ethan Kowalik, just graduated last year, great athlete.
Yeah, Caden, the third of the brothers to wrestle for Kearney High. Caden, a returning state qualifier, puts a lot of time in it, got a lot of matches under his belt, trying to lock up what we call either the butcher or a barbed wire, depending on who you learned it from. They call it that because you get those arms crossed up underneath them. Now, nice transition here from the barbed wire to a cross-face cradle. Keep that same far elbow and you transition from one to the other. That's a good example of just taking what they give you. When you defend one move way too much, too far, you get caught in another one, and good transition by Caden Kowalik there.
This song depicts Caden Goodman so well. At 132 pounds from Kearney High School, Caden Goodman. And from Grand Island Northwest, Roland Mendoza. Caden Goodman coming in with a lot of experience, junior, two-time state qualifier, ranked number 5 in the state.
Caden the Cowboy, is that what you guys call him?
Yeah,
I like it.
Big active member of FFA and everything ag.
Okay, I like that. I like that. Very good, but I tell you what, Roland Mendoza is no slouch. Returning state qualifier, 18-9 record for Northwest here. Goodman trying a couple of duck unders. Caden loves some upper body, loves himself some throws, so look for some fireworks here as he's going for that body lock, back trip, and Mendoza is able to bail out and only give up 2 here. Goodman doing a great job keeping heavy pressure on top of Mendoza here. Nice little wrist roll there from top, but Mendoza rolls through. Not able to secure the hips, get any back points there yet. Going with that near wrist, sneaks that wrist in from that half in from the far side now. Rolls through, he's gonna get a couple backs here, looks like. See the referee holding 2, and now he goes ahead and delivers. Soon as the bottom man gets out of danger from the previous hold, and it's a new hold, then they'll go ahead and award the back points. So that's why sometimes you see the delay in points there, because if they hold the same position and then they return them back to their back, they can't earn new points until they break their lock or go to a new move. So little Granby roll there by Mendoza, but Goodman squashes it.
Learn something new every day, Hewitt.
Every match, it seems like.
No wrestler uses the exact same tactics.
Right, and that's the cool thing about wrestling. I've been around wrestling my whole life, right? So, but I always learn new things, and even if it's the same move, there's always a different way to do it, you know?
There's a different variation.
Absolutely.
That's what makes sports fun, though.
Yeah, it's not the same thing every time. Really cool. Get to learn here, get to watch some of these very great wrestlers.
Well, and that's the thing is, you know, you're going to wrestle somebody different every time, and they're going to react differently than the last guy. And so you're not going to be able to always hit the exact same move the exact same way every time. But that's kind of the beauty of the sport. The people that excel, like, understand those nuances. And like I said, sometimes you just got to take what your opponent is giving you. See Goodman doing a good job working on top here, but Mendoza's scrappy. He's a strong young man, not giving up any back points easily here. Goodman probably good thing they rolled out of bounds there, kind of getting a little out of position, getting a little high. Meaning just riding too far, too much of his body towards the head rather than the hips there. So we see a false start. Time the official holds their hand up like a C, that's a caution. Meaning just a caution at this point. Get 2 cautions, then it's a point if you have too many false starts. Oh, Goodman doing a nice job here with that arm across the back. Locks up this cradle. It's going to be tight here, but oh, Mendoza's strong, super strong. Able to break the lock. And battles off his back. Super impressed with Mendoza's fight here, just never given up. Goodman's kept the pressure on him constantly. Mendoza's just kind of weathering the storm here. Only trailing 6-0 here as the second period winds down.
And it will be Goodman taking a 6-0 lead over Mendoza heading into period number 3.
Yeah, so we'll see what Mendoza has from the top position here. You know, as wearing as that is on Mendoza, it probably took some of the gas out of Caden Goodman's tank as well. So we'll see if Mendoza can take advantage from the top position here. Goodman's good job fighting to his feet here as Mendoza drops down to a single. Oh, another near side cradle there for Goodman. Gets the reversal. Now leads 8-0. 8-point margin of victory in a duel it's called a major decision, gets you 4 points for the match score, for the duel score. So Goodman's there right now. You know, if you're in a really, really tight duel, those points are super important, and you're always going for that major decision. You know, if you're Northwest and you can get an escape at the end here to ruin that major decision, saves your team a point there. As Mendoza does a nice job scrambling there. Gets his reversal, and then they're going to call loss of control there and give Goodman an escape point. We'll be neutral here, 44 seconds left. 9-2 lead for Goodman. You guys think Goodman's going to get the major here?
He's got to do something here quick. If I was Mendoza, I just kind of want to try and ride it out. Try and not let him get that major decision. Just try and keep it, I guess, within reach.
Yeah, absolutely. Good shot by Goodman, but Mendoza sitting back. Doing a nice job with that scramble and kind of using that aggressiveness against him, but Goodman can't lay around here. As Mendoza's got an arm bar locked up here, trying to run it over that far wrist. Goodman trying to stay bellied out here. He's got short time. And just like that, like I said, Mendoza never out of it, but Goodman did enough early enough to come away with the win.
That's what makes wrestling fun. You're not out of it until the end of the third period.
That's right. Like you brought up boxing earlier, you always got a puncher's chance, right?
Yep.
As now we head to weight class 138 from Kearney High, Seth Philippi. And for Grand Island Northwest, Connor Dramsey. Seth Philippi, ranked number 9. He is a 2023 state qualifier.
Couple of nice transitions there by Philippi and a couple nice counters by Dramsey there, but Philippi is going to come out on top. Had Dramsey in a little bit of trouble there, but he's able to belly out. Philippi is another guy that's been in the Kearney wrestling program ever since about as long as I can remember, and a lot of experience. Returning state qualifier, got some quality wins under his belt this year. Well, potentially dangerous call there. If the official doesn't like the way that you're moving against the joint, the way that the joint's not meant to go, they'll just call it potentially dangerous, as long as you're not doing something illegal or trying to hurt anybody. Good reshot by Philippi there, coming out underneath there. Trying to scoop that bottom leg. See how he's got his heel up. Seth's trying to get his heel up to the ceiling there. Keep that leg underneath there. Call that a leg Turk. Why, I have no idea.
Cool name.
Probably some guy from Turkey invented it. I couldn't tell you. I have not done my history lesson on that. Philippi's got Dramsey in some trouble here. Trying to adjust from that top position. Trying to sink that half Nelson there, and he does. Pin for the Bearcats.
A pin for Seth Philippi on senior night.
Good way to go out on the stage.
And now weight class 144 from Kearney High, Cade Abbey. And from Grand Island Northwest, Brody Millen.
Millen, not a whole lot of experience, only an 0-2 record as a freshman, taking on Abbey, sophomore, a little bit more experience, 15-12. We'll see what Millen can do here.
Yeah, these guys are kind of carbon copies of each other, both really strong looking kids here. Okay, nice transition from that high C to a body lock with the big, powerful mat return there. Cade's another one of those kids that's been around wrestling his whole life. His dad wrestled at UNK, Bryce Abbey, multiple-time All-American there. It's fun to see Cade step into the varsity lineup this year and get some experience out here, especially on the stage. So another transition. We saw that earlier. Going for that far elbow. So see if you guys were paying attention. You guys remember what that one's called when you get the arms crossed up?
The barbed wire?
Yeah, barbed wire, baby. Nice job. You get some bonus points there.
Claps all around for Hewitt. I have not been paying attention.
That's all right. You've been keeping the rest of the world tied together here, getting all the power cords and stuff lined up. So.
Yeah, computer almost dying, audio issues.
Asher's been a busy man behind the scenes.
That's right.
On today's production.
True professionals, though. The show must go on for sure.
That's what we try to be here at Strive.
Power half by Abbey there. Just, and he does, gets the hips to go over. Gets a 2 count there. So anytime those shoulder blades, that back goes past 90 degrees, you'll see the officials start to count for back points there. And Abbey's got Milan in some trouble there, but saved by the buzzer, but not before Cade Abbey gets 3 more back points.
Abbey heads into the second period here, up 7-0.
See if Bodie Milan gets some offense going here. Nice head outside, high crotch. To see him get that left leg up and continue to work the corner, but not before Abby gets the corner sealed off himself, hooks the leg and gets the 2 points there. Good shot attempt by Milan though. Or is it Millen? I apologize.
I think Milan is.
Milan, you like that?
Right, yeah. Bodie.
Could go either way.
Bodie's in some trouble here. Cade's got a deep half Nelson. Trying for the adjustment. Cade Appy gets the fall for the Bearcats.
Bearcats halfway through swept the Northwest Vikings.
Yeah, it's been a great showing here for the Bearcats. Coming out strong in the first half.
And now for weight class 150 from the Bearcats, Tate Choplin versus from Grand Island Northwest, Owen Wise.
Choplin comes in with a 19-14 record.
Has the upper hand on experience over Owen Wise, freshman from Northwest.
Another 0-2 record. Not a whole lot of experience for the freshman.
Yeah, but the Vikings, they've all come out fighting though. That nobody's given up. Any easy matches though. Got to give them credit. Coach Brian Seabrantz. They knew they were heavy underdogs coming in here, but you know, being a Class B school, coming wrestling, Class A school, and not afraid to come in here and battle with the Bearcats.
Yeah, great efforts all around, boys and girls.
As Choplin with the old ball and chain there, stuffs the head, and another quick pin for Kearney High.
Under a minute there for Choplin. Makes quick work of Wise for another pin for the Bearcats.
And now 157 weight class. Sam Noctigal from the Bearcats.
Sam Noctigal. He helped us out with our stats. Another shout out to him.
And then from Grand Island Northwest, Theron Johnson. Sam Noctigal, ranked number 5, 2023 state qualifier, 32-4 on the year versus a lot of experience from Johnson, senior 19-11 record.
Yeah, I still think Sam's probably pretty heavily favored here, but Johnson looks to be a fairly good athletic kid, similar to Sam. But Sam's another kid that's got a lot of experience under his belt and has had a great year. And not to mention, you know, wrestling is an individual sport, but momentum carries a lot into it, especially in a dual setting. And the momentum is squarely with Kearney High right now. As Sam Noctigal with a quick little head snap, go behind.
Sam, a great all-around athlete, plays running back for the football team, and a great pole vaulter, state level medalist. Sam, just great athlete.
Good all-around athlete,
yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
Took the words right out of your mouth.
Yeah, looks to take that varsity 1 spot next year for the Bearcats in the pole vaulting.
All right. What's Sam vaulting these days? Any idea?
You know, I'm not for sure the height.
I want to say 13.
Yeah, I want to say it's
Because at districts, you had to get above 12 to automatically qualify. And I believe he vaulted 13.6 at state and medaled.
Yeah,
Nice.
I believe, yeah, 7th, 13. I was like going to say mid-13. Zach Watson, another great one. But
hold the phone. Johnson is not going away easy here. Theron Johnson's got a body lock here. Noctigal with a nasty hip toss, head throw, head and arm. Something had to give there in the battle of these Titans. And Noctigle's firmly in control here, but Johnson's going to get through this period as time runs out. And Theron Johnson initiated that little flurry there with a nice body lock inside trip, but Noctigle able to counter and then rethrow there with a resounding thud. You guys probably heard it right in front of the head table here.
Physical effort there from Noctigle, showing why he is ranked number 5 in the state.
And a lot like we talked about Jack Spangenberg earlier, Sam's one of those kids that's got the experience, got obviously athletic talent, that he could be a contender this year for the Bearcats as well. Returning state qualifier, so that helps a lot. He's got that experience, kind of like wrestling on the stage. You know, if you've done it, if you've been there once, that helps. It certainly helps calm the nerves. The state tournament's no different. If you've been there, done that, that sure helps a lot and helps you grow as a leader on your team, and that's what Sam is for the Bearcats this year.
Great to have experience on really any kind of team, but especially wrestling here. Bearcats just decorated crew they are. A lot of state qualifiers, really good leadership, and a lot of young guys too. Going to be a great team next year to watch.
Yep, absolutely. I think the best is yet to come for this team. Like you said, a fair amount of underclassmen and juniors in the starting lineup. So that was my prediction a year ago, is give these guys a couple more years, and I think Kearney High is going to be pretty salty. Of course, Kearney High had good tradition here. Sam's another guy whose family lineage runs deep here. His dad and his uncles wrestled here. His dad was a state champ. His dad was a state champ pole vaulter as well for the Bearcats. I don't know if you guys knew that.
I did not.
All right.
That's where he gets it.
There you go. Sam likes to be there, head inside with that elbow control, step in single leg, dumps it down. Nice solid finish here in a match where there's been a lot of rolling around, a few big throws here, but time you can control the hips, just get a rock solid 2 points there. As things kind of calm down here, and 50 seconds left in the second period. So this is where if Noctigle can continue to keep that pressure up, it's going to keep wearing on Theron Johnson.
.30 seconds remaining in this second period.
Noctigle is putting a lot of pressure on Johnson here. Not fun being down underneath there with crossbody ride. Guy's got a leg in. That's a ton of pressure.
Noctigle leads 10-1 going into the third and final period.
Noctigle just showing just a lot of dominance in this matchup.
He is. Coach Ryan Bauer asked for a high C front. We'll see if Sam goes with a high crotch here. Double leg attempt, but good defense by Johnson. See if Sam can use that elbow with his left hand, just try and pull it by. A little quick on the whistle by Johnson there. I thought maybe they might let that go. That's kind of a judgment call, but they called a caution on him. False start. Kind of just like in football. Jump the gun a little bit.
40 seconds down here, period number 3. Noctigal in a commanding lead over Johnson.
Yeah, I think if you're Kearney High coaches and you want to see Sam really take that step up to the next level, this is where you want to see him really pour it on and finish the match here. Because Johnson is, like we said, a pretty good athlete and pretty explosive, kind of trying to put us in danger there with that inside trip, but luckily Sam was able to defend that, come away with the takedown here. But you don't want to let somebody hang around in a match the whole time and potentially give up something silly, give up a pin at the end.
Got to stay disciplined all the way through.
Absolutely. 26 seconds here.
Down to 10, period number 3. Weight class 157, Noctigal in control.
Noctigal with the mustache flared comes away with the major decision. Kearney High extends their lead now, 41-0.
And now moving on to weight class 165. On his senior night, Nick Bilancini will be the wrestler for Kearney High. Then from Grand Island Northwest, Zach Cody.
2 seniors, a lot of experience. Nick coming in with a 17-8 record and Zach with a 16-10.
Very even matchup looking at our stats.
Should be a good one.
Yeah, I agree. If you're Northwest, you can see this as an opportunity here. This one and maybe a couple other weights here that maybe see if they can sneak a win in here, get on the scoreboard. Cooley came to battle here. A lot of pressure on top there.
Takes an early 2-0 lead over Bilancini.
Yeah, we'll see if Nick can answer from the bottom position here. Does, gets to his feet nicely if he can kick out. Front row spectators with a good view of the action right there, right in front of the stage.
I hold my breath every time they get close to the edge of the stage right there.
Yeah, right. Yeah, to my knowledge, no one's ever left the stage that I know of.
We have only had this, I believe, 4 years, or not 4 years, 6 years.
Okay, that sounds about right, yeah.
Because it started originally with Lincoln East, and then it's been going back and forth every single year. It started at Lincoln East, now it came to Kearney, goes back to Lincoln East, just keeps flip-flopping every other year.
Another good shot by Cooley there. Good job using his length, getting his hands locked on that double leg. Still haven't awarded a takedown yet, though. Bilancini is just clinging. He might be able to squeak this one out at the buzzer. Bilancini holds on by a thread there. Does not give up the takedown.
Start of the second period here. Cooley with 2, Bilancini with 1.
Billancini fired to his feet there nicely, but Cooley able to slow him down, bring him right back down here, go right back to work from that top position. Billancini's got to be careful here, kind of flirting with disaster. Cooley's got that far wrist locked up there. Nick finally is able to belly out. Pretty evenly matched on the mat here. Cooley with the edge on his feet, and that's the difference in the match so far.
1 minute down, period number 2 here in Kearney. Billancini will start on bottom, try and get a quick escape, try and get this match tied up.
Yeah, Cooley's not having it. He's imposing his will here from the top position, as they say. Billancini tries to roll through. He's almost there, he does. He pops his head out, but no change yet. Cooley still is, they're gonna consider him still in control here. He can hook that leg. Now he's gotta work to pop his head out here. So he's pushing that top knee as far as he can. Lost that foot though. Billancini now is the one that needs to scramble out to finish the period here, and he's not going to get it done as Cooley is able to narrowly avert disaster there. Stay on top.
And this is turning out to be a real barn burner here in Kearney. Weight class 165. 1 point game. What?
You like learned that term barn burner a couple weeks ago, and it's been in your vocabulary commentating.
You can say it a lot though, because it is a 2-1 contest.
I like it. I like it. I'd say it's fairly accurate, the barn burner reference. Billancini's clinging on. He's got that arm trapped. He's kind of putting himself in a precarious position here. If Cooley pops his head out, and he does, the Vikings get their fall for their first win of the night in a toss-up matchup here between the two. Good win for Zach Cooley and the Vikings. Tough loss for Nick Billancini.
Yeah, that match could have gone either way there.
And now weight class 175 from Kearney High, Dylan Peisinger.
Peisinger, the Pie Man.
And then from Grand Island Northwest, Trey Stoltenberg. You want to know what I should have done? Not signed up to say the names. You're correcting me every time.
You got the tough job. Don't envy you at all.
Great double leg by Peisinger there.
Dylan, another great all-around athlete, runs distance for the track team, as well as wrestle and plays football.
Which I was amazed at that. I saw him running distance at a track meet, talked to his dad. I couldn't believe it. And I mean, he's a big kid too. Like, I don't see somebody with that many muscles running distance usually. Correct me if I'm wrong, by the way.
I mean, we're not typically known as the strongest bunch.
not that you're, not absolutely jacked, like because you are, for sure.
There's no cameras.
Exactly.
I bench 405.
Exactly, at least.
For everyone at home who's concerned.
Good thing this isn't like a basketball stream where we have an announcer's camera.
Yep.
We're also 6'5", too.
6'5", I bench 405 pounds.
Stoltenberg gets a little bit high with the leg in on the top position there. Good job by Peisinger. Coming out on top. He's maximizing his takedown potential. He's got 2 back points each time. Go for that cross wrist roll, but he's just staying a little bit too parallel. If you stay hip to hip, parallel like that, you just allow the guy to roll through. But good activity here by both guys. And again, looking at the matches or the records, it's another one that's kind of a little bit of a toss-up, I'd say. Stall warning on the Peisinger here from the top position. So similar to when they're down on the mat, the official wants the top person to continue to work. So when they get to their feet, the top man is responsible for returning them to the mat as quickly as possible. And if they're just hanging out, standing there with their hands locked, they're going to get a stall warning every time. Oh, he's got an arm bar. He runs it hard. If he can settle back, sometimes you can run it too far. Peisinger's a little bit high. If he can settle his hips back to his left, he's got, oh, he buries it there. Stoltenberg's in big trouble. And saved by the whistle, though, is Stoltenberg. But what do you know? 2 more back points for Dylan Peisinger.
Beautiful move there by Peisinger. Unfortunate for him that the period ended.
So we're only in the second period here, is that right? 10-2.
Might see another one of those 15-point victory margins.
Technical fall?
Possibly, but at some point, similar to running, I'm guessing, if you come out too fast, sometimes it's hard to finish fast. So we'll see what Dylan has in the gas tank here, but.
Speaking Hewitt's language of cross country.
All right, yes, yeah, I did. Did a little background check while you were gone. We talked.
Hit the nail on the head with that one, but Dylan looking to keep the pedal to the metal here.
.110 left, period number 2.
Yep, we're right back in that arm bar and a wrist. And again, Peisinger just runs a little bit too far to get the pin anyway, but he still gets the 2 back points though. Keeps racking them up here, 14-2 now. Stoltenberg with an opportunity to, with a nasty neck wrench chin whip here. Stoltenberg could finish the match. There's a lot of time left here, 40 seconds for Dylan Peisinger. He's in a world of hurt, but able to muscle his way through it, get his hips down, bellied out. But just like that, Stoltenberg showing life here. Trails by 7, but Peisinger, I think, is feeling it. All that activity in the first 2 periods. Trying to weather the storm here as Stoltenberg's cranking on this. Trying to fit far side cradle. Dare I say, we have another barn burner here, gentlemen.
Yeah. Took the words right out of my mouth.
Sorry, that's my fault.
Peisinger with a 7-point lead going into the final period here.
Peisinger starts bottom here. I think Stoltenberg can play his cards right. I think this favors Stoltenberg here. He got a little bit too high, a little off to the side when he threw that leg in, but he's able to adjust if he can get his hips off the mat. Now, if Peisinger can do the same thing, kind of get his hips up and now swim now with both arms, we call it. Swim, yep, swim the head. Oh, that's gonna be the nail in the coffin right there.
Dylan Peisinger coming on strong there in the final period. Looked a little out of sorts in the second, but able to get the job done.
Yeah, Peisinger came off like he was shot out of a cannon. He's kind of feeling the effects, but nonetheless, racked up the early points, got the big pin at the end.
And now weight class 190, 3 more matches left. Kendall Clean from Kearney High versus Colton Kerr of Grand Island Northwest. Even record. I'd say an even matchup.
Pretty good matchup here. I think I'm gonna let you guys handle this one. I'm gonna take a break. People are probably tired of listening to me.
But you are doing a way better job than what me and Hewitt would do. We're more of like a basketball, football announcer, but we're just here volunteering, I guess.
No, we appreciate that. More than you guys know, wrestling's not always the easiest thing to have visibility and especially have something with a good production value you guys have put together here tonight. How many cameras do you have going?
3.
3? All right. That's fantastic. And I talked to Mr. Swarm about this too earlier. This is better than most college dual webcasts that you see. So congratulations, kudos to you guys and the Bearcat Sports Network. Back to action here. Kendall Clean's putting in some work here. Got a takedown. Kendall Clean with a power half here. Going to adjust, and there's a ton of time left here in this first period. Kerr is able to get bellied out, but Clean with 3 near fall. He's got to get an arm in there. There he goes. Exciting start to the match here.
Yeah, both wrestlers. Really, it's been even. Clean with 5, but match seems a lot closer than that as Kerr scores his first.
Yeah, good escape there and fires right back in on that double leg. Clean tries to defend it, but now Clean's in some trouble. Time is up now. The official couldn't see it. So no pin for sure. So officials confer, and that's the nice thing about having a backup, a side judge, if you will. You guys, they can put their heads together, figure out what the right call is.
So it'll be a 2-point reversal.
Yep. 2-point reversal, no back points. Time ran out there. But yeah.
Fortunate for Clean there. Kerr with a great move, get him on his back. Just saved by the bell.
It was tight, and Kerr's not done yet. He goes right back to a crossface cradle. Clean's in some trouble here as he he rolls through. Now Kerr's in some trouble.
What a reversal by Clean.
See if Clean can adjust here. And he does. Kendall Clean with the big pin. It's one of those matchups from the get-go. You may not know who's going to win, but you know somebody's going to win by a pin.
It was just back and forth the entire match.
Yeah, absolutely.
Couple reversals. Great win there by Clean, taking it by pin.
And now we go to weight class 215. Sawyer Schulke from Kearney High. From Grand Island Northwest, Joe Stein. Dare I say another barn burner looking at ranking and record. Rank number 3, Sawyer Schulke, 6th place state medalist. And then Joe Stein, 18-3 record, ranked number 4 in Class B, weight class 215.
Yep, and this is another one that I was looking forward to. Started off the duel with a good one. Jamison Small with the big win early on, and a matchup of Titans here. A couple of big, strong 215-pounders. Watch out, guys. Coming at you. I'm gonna let you catch them.
No,
I don't think I want to.
We do bench 405 though.
Yeah.
We could handle it easy.
Most people would have trouble with that, but not you guys.
Might destroy our kneecaps if they hit the scorer's table.
Yeah.
So these guys not lacking in size or athletic ability. We'll see if there's any technique involved here. Good scramble, good reshot by Schilke on the edge there, but stepped out of bounds, says his official, so we're gonna go back to the center.
Schilke, a great wrestler, great football player for the Bearcats this year. Great defender.
Schilke steps in with a very simple little hip toss. Sawyer loves that underhook position with that left arm. Catches Stein a little flat-footed there. Plenty of time left here on the clock. Sawyer Schilke is very strong, and he can still get the pin even if the shoulders are out of bounds there. And that's too tight for this one. Sawyer Schilke gets the pin.
And now for our last match of the night. Heavyweight. From Grand Island Northwest, Ian Cross. And from Kearney High, Javier Martinez.
For my money, Javier wins the walkout song battle. The Copperhead Road.
Good one.
Come on, guys. Can't go wrong there.
We have had some good walkout themes, though.
They have been good. I think you're right. I think they all stuck with the 80s theme from the earlier duels. Good action here by the heavyweights. Martinez with 2 on the edge there. What a nasty arm bar with a far wrist. That's tight. That's going to be a quick pin for Martinez to close out the duel.
40 seconds. That is all that is needed for Javier Martinez to get the pin for the Bearcats. Kearney High will win the duel. A very one-sided contest. 63-6 in favor of the Bearcats. But I will say, what a fun night here in the chat. The stage duel, just an awesome atmosphere.
It was a great atmosphere, great wrestling from the boys and the girls. Look for the Bearcats to continue to keep this momentum rolling throughout their season.
Yeah, as we get down to crunch time, postseason coming up for both of these teams. Good job to Coach Bauer, Coach Ortley, having the boys ready to rock and roll. They came out as heavy favorites, and they did their job. Credit to Coach Brian Sieberts, recently inducted to the Hall of Fame in the NSWCA for Grand Island Northwest as a coach. Credit to them for stepping up to the plate and wrestling up a class, coming from Class B.